Leadership is enlisting the willing cooperation of others to achieve a goal. Another key word, and that means that everybody in the company knows what the goal is. They know what result it is that they're trying to achieve. Everybody on the team knows what their role is. Dwight Eisenhower, former president, said that leadership is getting others to do what you want done because they want to do it. And the fact is that when you add so much value to people, they want to give that back. That's the law of reciprocity. You help me, I help you. It's just the way it works. And so I've come to the conclusion that leadership really is effectively communicating your vision. And I have learned that as a leader, that the very best way to communicate with someone on your team is through coaching. I have studied John Maxwell, Zig Ziglar, Brian Tracy, Dave Ramsey, Michael Gerber, Jim Rohn. I mean, like, you name it in leadership. I've studied it, I've devoured it, I've practiced it. And I'm here to tell you that this framework I'm going to show you today, Coaching for Performance. I've read every book that John Maxwell ever wrote. I've taught thousands of hours of John Maxwell and Zig Ziglar. But I'm telling you that this framework is the most powerful, the most effective framework for communicating to someone. And my goal for our members is that you will become a phenomenal coach. You'll become a phenomenal coach because when you become a phenomenal coach, and by the way, you develop other people on your team to be phenomenal coaches, like Santiago, like Johan, then what'll happen is you and your team will perform at a much higher level. You'll win in business like never before. But you have to become a coach. You have to understand what coaching for performance is all about. See, traditional management looks like this. There's, the dictator. So that's what I was. Just tell everybody what to do. You're in control. Dumbest thing that a leader can say is do what I tell you to do. Don't ask me why. I've said it. The reason that's the dumbest thing that a leader could say is because now everything depends on you. Now you're going to be a slave to that business. You have to answer every question. Everybody's asking you, can I do this? Can I do that? You need to empower people. Here's another problem. Another problem is that you tell people what to do. How many times have you asked someone this question, or maybe asked this question to yourself? How many times have I told them what to do or how to do something? Anybody other than me? How many times have I told them? Here's the problem. The problem is if you tell someone what to do, then their recall after 3 weeks, 21 days, is only is 70%. But after 90 days, after 3 months, the recall goes down to only 10%. This is why I'm the CRO. This is why I'm the Chief Reminding Officer, because we forget. And we also need a couple more things. Number one, we need to have some way of showing people, not just telling them. That's manuals, that's video, that's training. And the recall after 3 weeks, if you tell somebody and show them, goes up a couple percent, not much. The recall after 3 months goes up a lot, triple, because you've shown them what to do and you show them how to do it. When people are told, they're shown, and they get some experience because they're doing it, their recall goes up to 85% after 3 weeks and 65% after 3 months. So what this shows you is you always have to be engaged with people and facilitate experiences. I was sharing last week on our inner circle call that I learned from one of my mentors that if you want somebody to know something, they just need a teacher. If you want to teach them a skill, they need an instructor, like flying a plane. You need an instructor. But if you want somebody to be really good at something, then they need experience, and you want to facilitate those experiences for them. Look at yourself as a coach or a facilitator. I was in California at Microsoft with John Maxwell with his highest level group back at that time. And we got to meet a man by the name of Kevin Turner. Now, Kevin Turner was started out as a cashier at Walmart, rose to the top of the leadership pile at Walmart, and worked directly with Sam Walton. Then he went over to Microsoft, worked directly with Bill Gates. Quite the unusual combination. And we had a session with Kevin. And Kevin said that a leader is a coach. In fact, he shared that the root word for coach is carriage. So think of the old stagecoach, the stagecoach back in the old West. A coach gets you from where you are to where you need to be, to where you want to be. A coach inspires you to reach your peak potential. Everybody has potential, but that potential has to be drawn out of them. How do you inspire people? By the way you treat them, by adding value to them, by helping them get what they want, get what they need to become the person, to do whatever it is that they want to do. A coach holds you accountable. A coach ensures that you have received training. You know, we track, but we don't train. And Ellen Rohr says, if tracking without training is mean, go out and make some sales, go out, do this, do that, get me some accounts, so whatever it is, but they haven't been properly trained. A coach makes sure that you're in the right position, get the right people on the bus and get them in the right seat, right? And then a coach exercises authority while remaining responsible. We have a problem in small business. It's a 3-letter word called ego. Males mostly, but probably some females too could get a little egotistical. I mean, who pays the bills around here? Who writes your check? You're going to get so much farther. But this is what coaching is. Coaching is focused on people's goals, their strengths, their potential. And the difference between a coach and a mentor is somebody who can give advice. Maybe they do some training, they transfer knowledge. Consulting, we really, I try to do training and coaching and not as much consulting, because what happens with consulting is, we tell you what to do and how to do it and lay out the plan, and it's a lot of work. I don't go to people's place of business anymore and look at their place and tell them what to do and line it. It's too much effort, too much expense, and then they don't do it. But if you get into training and you're willing to be coached, now we have a powerful combination. Counseling, we don't do that. So here's a quote by Carol Kaufman. She's PhD. In therapy, you follow the trail of tears with a goal of healing. In coaching, you follow the trail of dreams with a goal of igniting the person to be their best. See, people only change through desperation or inspiration. The problem with desperation, if you stay there, you never get out. Even when you get some movement, you get in the comfort zone, you're likely to slide back into those old habits again. He came up with this inner game equation, and performance equals potential minus interference. Coaching focuses on improving performance by growing potential. Everybody has potential. You are phenomenal. Every human being on the face of the earth is a phenomenal human being, phenomenal product, created to be phenomenal, do phenomenal things, have a phenomenal life. They might have a lot of interference in their life. They might have a lot of stinking thinking. They might not be ready yet. But people who are willing to accept their potential and work toward getting rid of the interference are probably going to perform better, or definitely going to perform better. And by the way, the interference is not external, it's internal. This is what is called the performance curve. And as you can see, as you reduce the interference, the potential increases. And on this performance curve, you go from being a reactive leader to a transformational leader. Usually, when most of you start at Inner Circle, you're putting out fires all the time, right? Yes? I can't see everybody, but is that true? Yeah. And then you started learning about systems, people, leadership, and your people started to perform better. Okay. And as you reduce the interference and you increase the potential by getting the right people in the right place, by having your systems, your PRDs, people who are willing, and becoming more than anything a better coach, then your whole team improves and everybody performs better. I'm here to tell you that the most important thing you can do as a leader is, other than think about the vision, is develop people that can implement for you. But if there's a lot of interference, if they don't believe in their potential, if you're not asking good questions, good leaders ask good questions. So the very best skill that we can learn is to learn how to, as a leader, is to learn how to coach. If you can't coach, you can't lead. If you can't lead, your team's not going to perform. At least not to the level that you want them to. If it's going to just remain to be dependent upon you. So we not only need to learn how to be a better coach, how to ask better questions, how to interact with people the right way, and we need to develop other people that can do the same thing.